Good morning. Welcome to today's weekly update. And if there's anything that we've been seeing, I've been able to guide us on how to approach trade, the direction of trades, where trade is going. And those on Telegram, you have there's a parallel opportunity of having a daily update, sometimes video, sometimes charts, posted for us to see, and what the trade is doing, how we continue to label, how we continue to count. And I know that most importantly, those on Telegram, something have shifted, from the way and manner you trade, your style of trading. Something has shifted, before now, you thought somebody can give you an entry, give you a stop loss, and give you a take profit, but you've seen how versatile, how dynamics work in forex trading, how your entry level can change, how your stop losses and take profit can change. That is one thing that you are learning. Apparently, you had seen your entry level change. I had to change that a couple of times within a week. Change your stop loss also a couple of times within a week. But then, when you have these changes of stop loss and entry level, what people at times they're not patient to do is they want TP, take profit, quick. Then you should know the way your stop losses and your entry level changes, you should expect your TP also to change. If I give you a working entry level and a working stop loss based on what I'm seeing, and the structure changes, and I said, okay, change your entry, change your stop loss, you should expect the same with your take profit. Otherwise, you are not going to maximize anything. When you are dragged into negative, that's an history now anyway. When you are dragged into a negative before now, you patiently wait until you're able to get something out of it. But why don't you persevere? Why don't you tell yourself, I'm going to maximize my gain and my profits, and not to be quick about where is the take profit? Where is the take profit? So we are going to see all of that. The way the stop losses level and the entry level changes, that's why your TP also will change. And one thing I want you to see is, as the structure is unfolding and as we're seeing the level where the price is moving, there will come a time the price will move completely out of a level. You will think it's not going to come back there. The price will still come back there. If I may show you on the chart. So I want you to understand the principle behind everything that we do. I want you to understand that. Now, if we are going to start from here, when price move up and up and up like that, of course, this is a change of a structure. And of course, on this higher time frame, we can speak a string of structure right from here, that the structure had changed here. But then you don't know that it's going to grow to become this right from this point. You don't know. Now, something that tells you that probably the structure may be going up further is after it took this structure here. There's a structure of sell here, this structure here, it took it to the upside and it broke it here. Tells you most likely this thing is going to grow into a bigger structure. I can't tell you right from here that this is where it's going to turn. I can't tell you that it's going to come down here and turn again. But the way we look at the internal arrangement and structure, gives us a clue of what is going to happen. If you must trade in bit by bit in the middle of it, then you must know how it works until it grows to become this. Then you'll be telling yourself, oh, I would have probably kept it and do this. But at the same time, in our day-to-day activity of trading, we want to know at what point if we can have something to gain from the market intraday or within a week or two. And what I would say that the best way to do it is if you know the trend and you know the trend has not reached its limits, you keep some structures or some levels, some price levels to keep going. And as you are having retracement or pullbacks on the longer time frame, you try to take pullbacks on the longer time frame. We have professionals, we have other things that we are doing. So you can't be doing intraday pullback on the lower time frame, like 15 minutes pullback and 1 hour pullback. That may not really work well because you won't have the time. But when we look for a bigger pullback and we try to trade bigger pullbacks, which we will get, and we'll have levels that we are taking to go up, yes, fine. We'll keep those levels until we have a way of relinquishing them. So that's what I'm trying to say. That's the way to go, really. For instance, if you had known that this is going to do this, and you joined this trade and got here, and you never got out because you didn't know what it's going to do, this alone cannot tell you where price is going. And price came down back down here. But if you're able to pick that, okay, this had gone to give you a wave 1 here, and this is like a wave 2. Perhaps you pick this late around in the middle here. So when the price gets to this point, you were seeing this. Let me try and enlarge it so that you understand my point. Now, price started here. You didn't know what it was going to do. You didn't know if they were going to correct, but you saw this late. It broke this structure. It broke this structure to the upside and came down, but you didn't know until this. And so it was at this pullback that you joined the price. So that means you joined late. So you saw it here, 1, 2, 3, and you joined, and the price got here. Now the price got here, you were thinking that price was going to continue to go up, but price now made a correction to the downside, which is a bigger pullback to the downside. And so what you joined here became negative here. You were like, oh, I should have gotten out. How would you know that you should have gotten out? You don't know, except you're able to count the structure. And price came back down here, and it got here, pulled you in negative, and you were restless. It is because most time you don't know how structure forms, you don't know the templates, you don't know how it goes. So once you understand the way it goes, the way it forms, then you must know when something changes, oh, this is what we're going to do. So now price gets here, and you were now thinking that the price was going to go all the way to break the low. Now, if you're not careful, you're going to close in negative. But if you knew what price is trying to do, and probably you joined around this area, which means you have a new position here, your former entry was here, which is higher up, then you can decide when you know. If the price begins to go up, you can decide to relinquish this position somewhere around this area, when you pick that, okay, maybe price is going to come down again, you can relinquish the higher position of your buy while you hold this lower position of your buy. And as you go up and you pick, and you now know, you have seen the structure that this one went up, this one went down, and this one went higher. That is like we are now making higher highs, which means most likely from this, it's going to be a zigzag to give us a lower low. Then you can plan to sell a pullback here, knowing where it's going to terminate. So which means at the end of the day, you've had like 3 entries. Now, this one that was higher up, you didn't really push your position. You got out from somewhere around here, but you had another position here, which you are keeping. So you've gotten out, one out, you took one here, the second out, you are still holding this position, because at the end of the day, by the time it got here, you will think, oh, maybe this one, I should have gotten out, but it will never get to your low because you picked from this low. So the second position is still in play. You have relinquished the first here, and the second, because you're not working against the trend, you relinquish at this point. So you are still keeping this one to go. So you've taken 2 trades out, and this one is still there, keeping it to grow. And that's how to do it. Then if you knew that it's going to do it, you can now pick another position here. So, of course, one position is here, one position is a bit higher. So now as we are pulling up, price will never come here. And as this one pulls up again, price is not coming here. And you keep going, you keep going, you keep going. And trying to see what the structure, what structure is trying to do. Now, because now you have finished the position of 2 here, price kept going up. Saying this, and you are thinking that, oh, maybe it's going to come down. So you must know, oh, okay, are we in 2? Are we going to do 3? So you can't be relinquishing position of your buy at this level. It don't make any sense, except you don't know what structure is doing. You must know what structure is doing before you decide to relinquish your position. Otherwise, it will be a waste of your energy and your time because you don't know the sign. So, and if at this point in time, you now feel, okay, I want to relinquish positions, if you had known that it's a position of 4, you could even take one here. When you take one higher up here, you know that one you want to relinquish at the top if you're able to pick the top, while you are still keeping this low if you want to keep the low. Now, after finishing a structure like this, then it's due for a big correction, and this is a big correction. So when you're able to pick this high, you want to relinquish here too. So these are ways of trying to see how to trade, and you finish a B wave. This is like the first wave of A, or wave 1, and this is A part of 2, the B part, and the C part. And you keep going like that until we got here. Now, so of course, when you pick your buy from here, you never can tell if price is not going to come back and break this low. You never can tell, because price will keep doing what price is doing, but you have to begin to decode the structure and how it's going. So anybody could have missed it, could have probably picked another from here, could have picked another one from here. But now we see that price is now making higher high now, as we can see, and we are in here now. So you are in here, you're getting impatient that where do we take our TP? No, you have to understand that this thing is developing into a bigger wave. And you must be, what you have to tell yourself is, okay, because you really have to make money on a daily basis. You go to market, you sell and buy. You don't wait, except you have something big that you are trading with. And you say, okay, I want to hold because it's going to be worthwhile at the end of the day. But when your money is small, what you are trading is small, you do bits and bits, to and fro bits to make money. But you must also know how to go about it. Not just at any point in time you want to relinquish your position. You must allow the structure to tell you and inform you what you are going to do. Now, whoever is keeping positions here, price is not coming back here. And whoever is keeping position here, most likely now, price is not coming back here. I had about 2 positions here already. You know, I had one at this level. I had one maybe just about this level. One here, the other one below here. So we are keeping that position. So most certainly, price may not be coming back here. If price breaks above here, then we know that price most certainly is not coming back here. Price has a knack. After completing a cycle, they will do a bigger correction. So this is a cycle of 1, 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. Now, after completing that, this is a bigger correction that price has done. So that is one thing you must know. If you go back to, let me go back to the daily time frame. After this cycle, this is a much bigger cycle. Price did this, A, B, C, which is correction. Now, on every cycle like that, and you're able to catch it, price will do a bigger pullback ABC on that cycle. That is what we look for to trade the reversal. And we must understand how it works. Okay. Now, I think I was on 4-hour time frame. Yes. Now, this is a cycle of 3-1, and this is a cycle of 3-2, and which may have ended. I did a video telling you that this is a triangle. You know, we never saw it. We were open. And that's one thing. Yes, you don't get fixated to the structure that you think you want to form in your head. You must listen to what you are saying. And you must be able to quickly see this is what they are trying to make out. And there are instruments that will help you to decide or decipher what is happening. So this came down as an A, and this went up as an B. Of course, it tested, you know, within the return tested within what we expect a zigzag to give us. So we're expecting that this one should pull towards 100, and it never did. It just fell short a bit. Now, we expect that, okay, maybe after this triad of correction, A, B, C, the 4th leg is going to go all the way. Once the 4th leg has broken 85, then we know that we are going on again. But price didn't do that. Price did this, gave us an ABC of this, and we thought it could be an X. Yes, there's no crime about that. You must know when your X stops being an X. You must know when your zigzag stops being your zigzag. You must know when a particular structure stops being that particular structure. That is what it's all about. And that is why your TP, your stop losses, and your take profit also will change. You know, because there's no God in this market. It is what it presents itself that you see, and you are going to trade accordingly. Okay, so let's get all these things straight. Now, we thought it was going to be an X, and so if it has been an X, we expect this to pull lower, but it didn't. It just touched the base again and went up. And as it was going up, I saw that the way it was correcting up, and it was taking levels here, and I said, we were selling. I said, let's quit our selling. So there's no crime in that, because I'm not got to have known that it won't break low, because the structure was wedging down, and we thought that it was going to make a lower low. So if it had done that to a reasonable extent of, you know, if you remember, I was given that level of, you know, an entry if it was going to be a 1 and to correct 2. If this one was going to break the low of this, to correct a 2. And when it was going past beyond the level of 2, and I said, relinquish your sell position. Yes, you don't have to cry foul that, oh, if I had known, I would have just exit my sell here. No, we were thinking that the sell was going to go, but you must know when something is changing. And I said, delete the order of your sell. And it actually gave enough time for anybody to even delete that order without any loss. So it's only when you don't know that you'll be losing big. And if you are keeping your selling and this is happening, well, good for you. It's only when you have a good account that you can probably pull beyond and try to save something or salvage here. Because this had pulled over 50 pips above your entry of the sell if you had not relinquished it, which means you don't know what you're doing. And again, if you now know what you're doing and you saw it late, then you have to allow this one to grow into a complete trend of the way this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, it's going to be shorter. To give you a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's always like that. To give you a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the pullback of wave 2, A, B, C, if it's shallow, fine, you take what you have. If it's going to be deep enough, you take what you have. You don't know if it was going to be shallow or not. You will never know. So like this one now, it has been shallow. So it has been shallow. It barely retraced, 50%. It barely retraced 50%. Okay. So it's always like that, but whatever it is what you're going to get. You can't say, oh, yes, it's always going to retest 61.8 and you are staying there. Yeah, come and put me there so I will relinquish my position. You are God, Abi. You are not God. It is what structure is giving you that you are going to follow. So we were following the structure and we knew that this thing is not going to even get to 61 or 76. So it was not going to pull lower. So we saw it and we felt, okay, let's go out. Now, I did a video on Thursday or early Friday, and I discovered that this actually is a triangle because it has given us a fixed floor. So we have a fixed floor. So when the floor is fixed, at times it can still be a triangle and still break up. You must know that when the floor can be fixed or the roof can be fixed and you still be having your correction like that. So it's anything that it can give you. So, but in this case, it gave us a fixed floor because you still consider this one as a fixed floor because this is a low here. So 1, 2, 3, and the 4 attempts, this one is a bit higher. So that tells you, when you are drawing your triangle, it doesn't mean that the triangle has to touch the floor all the time. No. So, but we know that this is actually, if you take a fixed floor around here, and this is the first part of the triangle, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And I knew that most likely, and I said in a video, that about 75% chance of this thing breaking out, that it's going to sell again. I don't think so. And boom, it broke more than 85 here. So once it has gone past this particular supposedly X, and you are still thinking in your head that this thing is coming back to break the low, you're on your own. You're on your own. This is an engulfing move out of the structure here. It has broken the structure. The only thing that would happen is that price is still going to test close to this structure. Now, we may have felt like, okay, because we don't know how big it's going to go, that we should put our buy stop, somewhere, a bit beyond 85. We used this B wave, that 85, somewhere 85, retracement of this wave. And we got an entry somewhere here. So now we've gone like almost 40 or 50 pips. But again, price is going to correct. And that is one thing you must know. So when price is correcting, most likely these may be in negative, but you don't worry. The chance it's going to give you is that if this ABC correction that is coming is going to give you, and you have another position here to run to the upside. And as you are going further up, then you cannot decide, okay, I'm now dropping the higher one. Yeah, you go out. Then you keep this one that is low here. That is what we're going to do. And if we get a big pullback here, we're going to sell that big pullback. Not this one. Not this one. This one will still break up. Or the worst case scenario is for us to have a truncation. But we're still going to go inside of this group and discuss it. Now, there are so many things that you're going to do if you're going to be successful. Looking at the structure of Euro USD, you see, it can be really tasking and energy sapping, that you're on one instrument and you want to trade 2 or 3, as if you don't have time to do other things, So, but when you keep to an instrument, you can make all your money. Actually, you can make all your money. It's just a matter of, okay, this is the lot size I want to choose. And if you are trading gold and you are trading Euro USD and you are trading Pound USD and you are trading AUD you are multiplying your risk. It doesn't really make any sense. You are multiplying, and you are going to get to find out that the structure changes in a way. It changes in a way because it won't give you exactly the same structure. So, and you need structure to find levels of your entry and your TP and all of that. So when you understand this thing very well, you will now know, oh, why don't I just continue to trade, just put my whatever in one trade, and I understand how it works, and you're going to make your money. That's it. So the structure that this one has given us is what? A triangle on the Euro USD, but it's not the same on DXY, which at times you had to look at all these things to know the direction of the trade. So on the DXY, it's not like that. It's not like that. After having the 4th wave and the 5th wave here, so we saw with A and with B, with B, it broke a bit deeper on the Euro USD, but was shallow here. So you can see that even here, this push on the DXY had even broken this height of that wave B, which is second wave after A, B. So we can still count like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here, but the different structure. So it has broken lower than a B wave here, but on the Euro USD, it hasn't. Let's see again. On the Euro USD, can you see? It hasn't because it's here. It's just almost breaking it. So it hasn't here. So, but it has broken on the DXY. That's how structure can vary. But for sure, we know that we are going, the US dollar is going down. So that is what we can see. Now, the structure is a bit different here. It is not a triangle. But one thing again that tells you that something is going to give, it's even if you had drew your trend support and you are now seeing that price is playing, all the time on the lower side of the support, then you tell it's giving you a sign I'm breaking below. If it's playing at the upper part of the resistance, you tell yourself, oh, it's like there's a tendency for this thing to break out. Let me quickly show you. See, this is what I meant. When you see this, the price did a B, and we thought this a C here, and price got here, and price came back here, tried to break the structure of and not respecting this trend line, and it's crisscrossing, and it's not making, giving a deep push to the other side. It's telling you they are likely going to, finish and end what they are doing. So, and this one went up, and this was what now touched the 100 extension here, but it wasn't what we thought. Yeah, touch extension here, and we had a break, it never broke out of here. It just touched the base. In fact, it broke out of it small, because this was where the height was before we had a small touch to get to the 100 extension here. And now we had a break out of here. So the price is going to go, but come back to retest, this area, and for a wave 2. That means it will be a bigger correction. And that is what we are going to buy on the DXY and sell on the Euro USD. So we have a wave 1 and wave 2. This is wave 3. We need to see 4 and a 5 and sell, or buy DXY on a 5 and sell Euro USD on a 5. Why we are still keeping, our position there. You don't have to worry if it's going to turn negative. We'll just give you an opportunity to pick a much deeper pullback. So now, while all this was going, at some point it was difficult for us to see the direction where the market is going to drive. We looked at Euro USD, we didn't know what was going to do. We look at DXY, we're like, okay, where are we going next? Are we going to grow into a double zigzag correction? It's going to go deeper. So you have to think of all these possibilities and decide, and see things on time. So we now added another instrument of US dollar, Dow Jones, and to see. So it was Dow Jones that first broke this structure here. So it kind of, signified that the price may be going down, that US dollar may be going down. And we saw this, it grew, and we had a correction here, and we saw, okay, it's a 2, and we felt this 2 is going to continue to break. It got here, probably break out and continue to give us a 3. It was rather delayed. Do you understand? It was rather delayed by giving us a more complex correction in the middle, but eventually, and that's one thing you must see. When it broke here, you might kind of be worrying yourself that maybe price was going to break, but this is a clear rejection here. And we had the rejection on both sides. It broke both sides here and here, but you must not lose sight of the direction of the market and the overall, dynamics that is playing out. It broke here. It even broke, both the low and the high, and that's what they do. So, but when you don't move your stop loss quickly, then you won't be taking, because you have to allow price also to finish its mess. Anybody here say, okay, let me just break even at this point. You are breaking even at this point. This is going to take you out. And you now think that they are playing a fast one on you. You must always not be too quick to move your stop loss and your take profit. You must not. You must allow and see the structure very well before you, okay, now the structure has lifted, is not coming back there. So like I can tell you that with this move, the structure is not coming to this base. And I certainly don't expect that the structure is going to take this low. I don't expect it. I can say that now. It has broken. So the worst case scenario is for us to have a complete structure here of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is this is the third wave for now. We've not added fourth one, and we're going to have 4 and 5. If 5 is going to break lower or get concreted, is another thing entirely. We don't have to worry ourselves over there. But the most important thing is to see that we're going to, the 5 is almost going to get itself completed, and we join to buy US dollar index or sell Euro USD at that point. And, that is what we're going to do. So I haven't said all of that. So we saw that this was the first indication, and it broke this structure, and it now gave us like a B, and a C, like that. So A and a B. In fact, it finished that B somewhere here, because the B became more messed up. So A, okay, that's A, then it was now doing a B. So in a B, we had the A of a B, like that. Then we have 1, 2, 3, which is the B of a B to finish here, and the C of a B. Then it now finished the big C to the downside. That was what it did. And we're now coming up. So, coming down. Now, I haven't said all of that. It's just to tell us what corrections we've had, how we were able to pick it on time, and it was never the same structure that we saw on the euro dollar, that we saw on the DXY, that we saw on the USD index. So it's not the same thing. So, and it can be like that for anything that you are trading, but you must be able to see, okay, which direction are they, pulling towards. Now we are going to now, what's the next thing? Where are we going? Where are we going? So because when you know where we are going, then you can prepare, that this is what we're going to do. So if we want to know where we are going, so let's go on the weekly time frame to know where we are going. Where are we going? Where is this one going into? One thing, the trend, the pattern here is that for any correction that we've been noticing, it's always been a very shallow correction. In this one, the correction barely touched 38.40 of this entire run. Apart from when it did A, B, C, that this one dragged a bit lower, what we saw here recently, and this correction, it's almost what this and this correction had given. So this gave about 40, this one also almost touching 50. That's what is deep. So it's more or less shallow. Now we're going to break out of here. Now, this is the movement that we've been seeing in the last 2-3 weeks. Yes. Yeah, 3 weeks. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. This is the movement we've been seeing. We are entering the 4th week. So you can see how we can just be in this small move for a month. So we're going to grow. So where are we going? And I told you, always see every move as a possible ABC. And if it's going to be more than ABC, yes, fine, we will take it if it's more than ABC. And usually at the height of ABC, always put your TP at the height of it, beyond it, in case price is not going to, is going to pull beyond, then you can decide. But if price is going to break or end a structure there, you will also have an idea, or this is what the price is trying to do. Price will always give us multiple opportunity to see things and, oh, let me just get out here. That would always happen. It's only when you don't understand the structure. Now, if you look at this structure here, these have completed a wave 5 here. And we can say this is A or 1. But let's deal with it as A, the bigger A, and this is B. Now, looking at B, we have A, B, C. But when you are playing things out and you want to do your extension, this is the point of A, but it has to shift to this point. You must always know that in your trying to find your level, it has to shift to this point, because this will now become the new high, the new high of your A. So with that, if you look at that, the new high of your A, it may have now pushed this to like 50% correction, most likely. I don't know. I didn't do that. So, but where are we going? Let's bring out our drawing. This is a drawing. This is the beginning, and you see we have to push the A or 1. So A wave and the B wave is at the correction here, not this one. This is internal structure of this wave. So you can't use this. For those who are looking for what they call it, support, and you think, oh, price is coming down, at least it should touch this support here. You'll be shocked. It didn't touch the support. You are going to be looking at the internal structure and not get fixated into this and this and this. Oh, you are drawing support and resistance. You're on your own. You are seeing that. You are seeing that clearly. You are on your own. This one is a support. Price should just kiss here at least before you're on your own. Price will come here. You're on your own. So now, this is the height of the first wave A, but we have to push here for drawing. So this is A and this is B in the purple. Now I'm using purple. You can use any color. I'm not a conventional whatever. So now the B purple is divided into 3, which is A blue, B blue, and the C blue. And that would be A, and that would have completed The triad of this blue would have completed B in the purple. So it can also, A can be 1 and B can be 2. But why I'm now putting number into it is because I can't be engaging the internal structure of wave 3 as A, B, C, and I'm going up. I have to count properly. So I have to count properly into a 5 wave because it's going to develop into a 5 wave now. So we've done a 3-1 and a 3-2. So we are going to see inside of a 3-3, which will be long. Inside of a 3-3 will be long. But let's first address where we see that this thing can get to first on the bigger time frame. So this can only be a zigzag at least. So if it's a zigzag at least, we know is 100 to 123 extension. So if we pick that, or 127, so from the low here to the height of 2, which is the 1, and back to the base here. So where this one can be, yeah, that place. So where this one can be as a C is at least 100 extension, which is here, or a 127, 123. If you want to relinquish position, it's always better to do 127, 123. But I'm going to put it at 127. So with that, we know that the top here would have been taken. The top of this wave would have been taken. And if they decide to go beyond here, then you know that we're in a motive wave. That's what, if they break above 127, we're in a motive wave. That is what it's going to be. But at least we should expect this move. And from here down, how many pips is that? That would have been about 3,000 pips. Now, what we are saying now that we have left, it's maybe from where the price is currently here, we have about minimum of 1,130, or at least about 1,500. Between 1,300 and 1,500 pips, that is what we are looking at, that we're going to gain. That's the least. But of course, it could be more if it breaks out here and to go into a motive wave proper. So now, I can't tell you the immediate where this thing is going to be. We know ultimately we are still coming here, but you can't just leave a trade to continue to get here. You might have to relinquish position, pick new positions as you are having your deep ABC and all of that. So what we want to see now is that we want to see a wave 3-3. And wave 3-3, it's the biggest. It's going to give us 5 waves that we are going to see on this time frame, or at least on the daily time frame. We're going to see it on the daily time frame, you know, not on the weekly time frame. So because on the weekly time frame, we can see 1 and 2 and, you know, 3, 4, 3 here, 4 here, and 5 here. But on the daily time frame, let's go back to the daily time frame now. On the daily time frame, so we can see 1 and 2 clearly. On this time frame, you can now see the inside of a 3 on the daily time frame, as we are seeing here now, and the 3 and the 4. So this is 3-3, this is 3-4, and 3-5. So we can see the correction here. After 1 and ABC of 2, we have 1 and 2 of 3 here. But inside of a 3, we have a 3-3 A, B, C of a 3, 4 and a 3, 5 ending in diagonal. Okay, so, oh, sorry. Again, this is the fourth wave of that 3, and it went up to finish the fifth wave of 3. Yeah. So this is 3, 5 now. And we now had a fourth wave, A, B, C, to now do the fifth wave. So this is 3, 5. This is 3, 3. 3, 3 is going to like a 5 wave. So you must know that 3, 3, the last part of 3, 3 will end in a 5 wave before you now do a 3, 4 and a 3, 5. Or what did I say? Okay, sorry. A 3, 4 and a 3, 5 to finish 3. Then we now did 4 and a 5. So that's what it's going to be. So we can now try to imagine that what we're going to have here now at least will be like this before we have the fourth wave. Before we have the fourth wave. This is an examples of ABC correction. So ABC correction after this move came down. But this is the fourth wave here of the intersection of 3. After 5 here, they had ABC correction. So you have to go by ABC correction. And they finish up and now did a wave 4, ABC, and finish 5. And after 5, then the bigger pullback on that time frame. So we are here. Because we are on this time frame, we are going to see what is going to give us on the 4-hour time frame, the internal structure. Let's look at it. Now, the internal structure on the did I shoot something? Okay. Okay, the low there. The low there and the height. Okay, so this is a 3, 2. And where's my 3, 1? So the 3, 1 now is here. Okay. So, and this is the triangle. This is a triangle. A, B, C, D, E, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we broke out. Now, where is this one going? That's the thing. Where is this one going? Now, we saw this push. Now, we are now going into 3, 3. Where at least should this 3, 3 be? Because we have 3 in the blue now, in the blue. So where are we going to grow into? Let me go to the daily. Inside of the daily, that should give us an idea of where at least 3, 3 should be. Now, this is 1 and a 2. So from here to here this is the beginning of third wave. Okay, we had used this and the base here to know where eventually we may grow into. But now for 3, this is what to do. This is the beginning of 3, 1 to 3, end of 3, 1, and back to 3, 2. So what we are saying is that at least this will not rest until it gets here. At least it will not rest until it gets here. So what we are saying in essence is that will not rest until it gets there. Of course, it can the 3, 3 going here would have finished the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. at least to get here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of it, at least to get here. So I'm not saying it would end here, but the least it can get is this place. So we must understand that. That will be the least it can get. That will be the least area. So we are saying that that movement from here, from the bottom to that place, cannot be less than, to this point, cannot be less than 600 pips. That's what we're saying. It can be more than 600 pips. So we are looking at a potential 500, 600 pips. It cannot be less, it can be more. Because this thing will just be at about almost 1,500. And the whole thing is capable of getting to 1,2400 or 2,500. So we must know that. Now, but do you think price is going to travel and just get here like that? No, no. We're not coming up here. This one cannot be a TP that we want to work with. We just know that, yeah, eventually we are coming here. Regardless of the position that we pick at the base here, we will know if we can get all the 600 or over pips. But the immediate place that price is going to go is this. We had used this to know at least price is going to travel nothing less than 600 pips. Now, the immediate place price is going to go, we have to go into 1 hour time frame now. So we are looking at this new wave, the first part of 3, which is going to run like 5 waves. After 5 waves, they're going to have ABC correction. And so we are seeing this. I can't label. So once we finish the whole of that, that will be first 1, and it will be 2, and we'll continue to count 3 and all of that. So this thing is still 1. It's still 1. It's going to 1. So all we can do is, let's label this way. We can only label this way. Let me use this. Of course, this kind of thing will be long because I'm trying to teach. So this becomes our wave 1 of this move. And this is our wave 2 of this move. And this is going to be our wave 3 of this move. But how are we going now? How are we going now? Now, the way we're going to go is, at least we know this one can not be a 3 until it gets to 161.8. It can be more. So from the beginning of 1 here to the height of 1, back to 2, it has to be at least 161.8 to be the third wave. So, and 161.8 is at that level, and price broke it. So we now know that at least this looks like our third wave with a break. You can see the way it broke out of it. So if it has not gotten there, it cannot be your third wave. So this can be our third wave. But now, with this being our third wave, we may see this coming down as the fourth of the third here. So I'm not going to put the third of the internal structure of this wave itself, because if you look at it, this is 1 and this is 2. Now, of the third wave, this is 1 and this is 2 of the third wave. So this is the 2 of the third wave. So that's the 2 of the third wave. So the 1 and the 2 of the third wave and the 3 of the third wave. So we need to finish this. So it's not going to come in as this is well, it's not going to come in as 4th of this wave yet. No. So what it can be is this. You must know how to do all these things they're developing. So from the 2 here, so what we are saying is that this 4th wave of the internal structure of 3 can at least not get past this point, just close to that edge. At that edge. So that is where it can be. So at that edge, so it shouldn't go beyond that edge. So it should be testing around this area. And our entry is still low down around 240 or so. So the 4th wave will still be touching here. If it should break down here, then you know it's a big 4 that is green. So what we expect, if it's going to be a big 4, then it's going to come from here instead. And it's going to now be big 4 will now be here around this area. That is where our big 4 would be, which can change if this one you must understand how this thing works. And the 5th wave, I'm sorry, it cannot go past these for a big 4. Let me use red. Okay, so let's use red. So which means our big 4 maybe here around this level. So if this one comes down, it might be shallow to do the internal structure of this 4, break above to finish 5, and after that come down to do a big 4. So if it breaks above here, which means that this level of big 4 is going to change. This level is good. So we are now going to take this to the height of 3 and look at 2 to pick this level of a big 4. Then when you know your big 4, fine. And if price is going to outdo your big 4 and it's coming down, then you know it's a big ABC correction of making this one now a 1 and a 2 to pull higher. So it's at that point of this one being a 1, complete 1 and a 2, and we are going up. That one is going to accelerate. This one is a small acceleration. That one is going to put in a turbo acceleration to break and continue to break. It's going to be long. So we are still waiting for that. So you must know how this thing unfolds. So that is what we are looking at. And another way of actually also, because your trend, we don't need this anymore. We don't need that anymore. So another thing to do is to pick from this low here to guide yourself. To pick from that low to guide ourselves. So if price should, in a way, go beyond here or try to cross it, most likely it's a big 4 that can cross, break out of here now, because this is like 1 and a 2. So it's a big 4 that can break out of here now. Either it breaks out of it or it pulls beyond here, then you know it's a big 4. Then we're going to have a 5, which is the last wave. And after which, we're not going to do ABC correction, which is going to be deep. Would that ABC do a 50, a 61, a 70, or whatever? It's the way it comes down that we're going to now know. So we're going to sell that. But now, that this is not the time to sell. That's what I'm trying to say now. Now, the inside of this that will stop that, okay, we have finished completely the third wave. How do we know? This is the way you're going to know that we have finished the third wave. Talk less of finishing the O wave. This is the way we're going to know. Let's go inside of 4 hour to see if that will help us to pick levels. Okay. Let's see. The only thing we can do here now is to pick from here to join here to know that that will be the end from this level. From that red, then we have to mind this. So once we cross here, we know that 3 is completely out. Once we cross this place, we know we are completely out of 3 on that time frame. So we know that we're completely out of 3 and we want to do a 4th wave to touch or break out of here. Then a complete break means we not just the trend line again, but levels tells us we are doing a deeper pullback of A, B, C to push I. And that is what we're waiting to say. We are waiting for that bigger APC, not this one. Not this one. So going back inside 1 hour. So if you want to fine tune here, you may fine tune by just pushing it close to this place. I think it's more like that inside of 1 hour. So we can fine tune that way because this is where it went up. So crossing this area, you can put your alert that that's the 4th wave of 3. It may not pull beyond here. It might get to this point. It might not even get to that point before breaking the top. But once it's breaking the top again, you know that you are doing the internal structure of 5 of 3 to finish 5 of 3. And once we do that, finishing 5 of 3, I'm going to do a 4th, then go back one more time to finish a 5, then break down to do ABC. We're almost there. We're almost there. I think this is 3-3, and this is 3-4 of this 3, not this 4. If I go inside of a 15 minutes time frame, so how it corrects down here, it's going to give us an ABC as well. It's going to give us an ABC. Is this one growing into, I don't know what's growing into. We have to wait. We have to wait. I don't know what it's growing into. It may be a flat correction the way it's going, but this might just be the first leg of the correction. And so by the time we turn up again, so we'll know that we are going for a B correction, a B wave, and a C wave to the downside will finish this correction. So this correction in itself is how to monitor it. So for me, this is the A wave of this correction. That's the A wave of that correction. That's the A wave of that correction. So if you cross again, that may be a B wave. It might be shallow, a B wave, then the C wave to go up to finish with 5 completely of this wave. And so once we are done with this, then we are coming down to do a big 4. So we are going to wait. We are going to wait. We are going to wait. As it's growing, we're going to wait. Our level 8 of entry is around this area, which I still believe it's below a big 4. If it has finished here, it's below a big 4. We're going to continue to wait. If eventually we are drawn into negative, we should not really worry ourselves about that. Our interest is to just learn how to pick the cell, but not this cell, how to pick the cell to do an big ABC. And as we are going up again, we'll pick another level to go up, which might be lower than where we joined the trade. So I think that's all for now.